Hello, it's Yasmin Boraji from Tiny Time Big Results, and welcome to this free series of trainings this week that I'm running called 5 Days and 5 Ways to Find the Money in Your Business. So I don't know whether you ever heard the story from Earl Nightingale about the acres of diamonds, where this farmer was getting really frustrated that there was all these people mining diamonds. So this was in the time the diamond, and that all these people were finding diamonds and making their fortune. So he got really frustrated and decided to sell his farm, and he went off and he was wandering the African continent looking for diamonds. He sold the farm to somebody, and one day this man was walking along the stream on the farm, and he saw this rock in the stream, and so he picked it up and he thought, oh, that's pretty big, and put it on the fireplace, and that was it. A few weeks later, a visitor came to the house and picked it up and realised that it was a rare diamond. I'm really butchering the story for time, but the essential, message was that this guy says, "Oh my God, you've got a diamond. Have you seen this?" And he says, "Oh, we've got loads of those in the stream." And so actually he had his own acre of diamonds. That's what the story's called. You can Google it, called Earl Nightingale Acre of Diamonds. And so it turned out that this farmer always had diamonds on his land. He didn't need to go out there to find it. And this is really this was kind of the inspiration for doing this week of trainings, because I do feel like we have so many diamonds in our own gardens, in our own businesses, and yet so many people struggle to, find them. And they go, oh, we go chasing after the latest shiny object, the new marketing strategy, the new social media platform. And, and you've heard this so many times, and I know I've heard this so many times, is, that what's what I'm looking for, that, the grass isn't greener on the other side, and yet we still chase it. And so this week, what I would really love to do is to help you to understand that you have a huge amount of value and money in your business. And each day, I'm going to be going live every day at 12:30 and on this page, and I'm going to be sharing with you how you can find the money in your business. It is there, and it could just be that you're literally this close to finding the diamond, okay? And there's things that are holding you back, and there's confusion that you're creating, the self-sabotage in there. I'm sure there's self-sabotage in there that's stopping you from finding those diamonds. So there's not just going to be one diamond, there's going to be a series of diamonds. But you could be literally this close. This close. Now, I want to make this as interactive as possible. So what I would love for you to do is at the end of each session, I'm going to give you a bit of homework, if you like. And all you have to do is comment below to let me know what your homework is, what your answer is, whatever the question I'm asking you. And at the end of the week, I'm going to look at kind of the interaction, and I've got a great little bundle of prizes, including my email course creation workshop, my magnetic marketing masterclass workshop, and a signed copy of my book up for grabs for someone who I think has been the most engaged and has really played full out in this challenge. So I hope you stick with me throughout the week, and you could be getting those 2 online workshops, which are worth a couple of £100 themselves, and also a signed copy of my book as well. So that's all up for grabs. So let's get stuck in, because you have tiny time and I have tiny time too. I literally managed to pick up my boy, give him a quick feed, and put him into the cot, and says, listen, I've got to do a Facebook Live at 12:30, so you need to be asleep. Thankfully, he has agreed with that, and he is now fast asleep. But I also want to make sure that I respect your time. So here's what we're going to be doing today. Day 1 on 5 days and 5 ways to find the money in your business. Now, I was at a Professional Speakers Association meeting on Saturday, so I'm a member of that association. And there was a question that came up, and it's completely relevant to what I'm about to share with you, which is all about day 1 of finding the money in your business. Now, if you're watching live, then please do say hello. And if you're watching a replay, please say hello as well, because I really want to make sure that this gives you what you need. If you have any questions as I'm going through the content, then please do let me know and give me a shout. Or if you're watching and you're too shy, then just share some love. Give me some likes or hearts. Okay, so here's the thing, right? The question was, we talk a lot about marketing, and we talk a lot about differentiation and standing out and, being the lighthouse so that, the people come to you and you don't have to do anything except you just have to shine your light. But what happens if you're just not clear on what that light is? What happens when you're not clear on your message? Now, day one is all about finding the money which is in your message. And honestly, most people are this close to finding the money in the business through their marketing message. And the reason why the marketing message is so important is because of this question, the way that it was phrased is, how do we find our USP, our unique selling point? And you're probably thinking, oh my God, please don't talk about USP. I don't have a USP. I don't know what my USP is. And the truth is you do have a USP. Every single business has USP. And all that is what makes you different from, what makes you different from Jane down the road who does very similar work to you. Now, your unique selling point could be that you have, it could be your style, it could be the way that you do it. You see people dropping F-bombs left, right, and center, and, they could be the cursing person. Everyone has something. And this is the thing that I think that we get tangled up in, okay? Because we think it has to be so unique and so special. And actually, that's not true. Because the reality is that you could be doing something very similar to Jane or Joe or Andrew or whoever, Ranjit or Jyoti or whoever. You could be doing something very similar, but there's something that you do that marks it out very differently. Okay? Now, what I hear a lot of people talking about is, or when I ask them, what is it that you do? Because that's what we all do. We ask everyone, what is it that you do? And people say, I'm a coach. I'm a holistic therapist. I'm a hypnotherapist. And what they do is they answer in titles, okay? And so that doesn't really tell me much. And if you want someone to really get hooked into what you're saying, then you got to give them a little bit more when it comes to how you describe yourself. So if you do describe yourself as a title, like a business coach, health coach or a relationship coach or a dating coach or a consultant or, whatever your title is, then what I would love for you to do is think that actually you're this close to finding the money in your business through your message, okay? But we need a little shift. We need that little bit of shift to help you actually find the money. So the money's not just hiding and playing hide and seek with you. You actually can find it. And the way that you'll know that this is working is when someone says to you, oh, that sounds really interesting. I'd love to know more. How do you do that? And it opens up the conversation. So the way that I like to look at this is instead of telling us what title you have, which for a lot of people it probably doesn't mean much, I want you to tell me what it is that you do. So how is it that you help someone? Now, this is not an open invitation to give me a big long paragraph or even an essay where I'm sitting there going, oh, I have no idea what you're saying right now. Okay? That's not what this is about. This is about how you tell me how you solve a problem. The reality is business exists because we find or we create solutions for problems. So when my son was thinking about, that he wanted to become an inventor, all I kept saying to him was, okay, tell me what the problem is that you're solving. So he'd say to me, I'm going to create this robot and it does this and it does this and it does this. And I was like, okay, that's all sounds amazing. What's the problem that robot is solving? Okay. And he'd look at me and go, oh, I'm not sure what you mean. And so, well, people are looking for solutions. If you go onto Google, if you go onto Amazon, you're looking for a solution. So the other day I was looking, trying to get my kids to eat healthy and stuff. So I was thinking I should make more soups. And I've heard of these soup makers that, you just throw the veggies and the ingredients in and it makes soup for you in 20 minutes. I thought, that's great. Actually, that saves me from having to keep an eye on, it simmering away. And if I'm in the middle of a call, I don't really want to be doing that. So I thought, great. So I went onto Amazon to look for a soup maker to see, reviews and things like that. So people are looking for solutions to their problems. So I want you to kind of put your thinking cap on and think, what is the solution? Or so what is the problem that you are solving for your client? Okay. There is a huge amount of money in your message. And honestly, I can say that with my hand on my heart because for a long time, my messaging was all over the place. Embarrassed to say it, but it was all over the place. And it was only when I dialed it in and I got really clear on what the problem was that I was solving that it actually made sense. Now, when I tell people what I do, their eyes light up. They're like, oh, do you have a business card? So they want to know a little bit more. And, you know, how do you do that? Now I have a book, so I can tell them to go and buy the book, and that gives them, you know, the Tiny Time Big Results philosophy and the methodology and the principles of how they can apply it to their business. And when I talk about the 20-hour week business, people are excited about that. They're intrigued about that. And that's what you want, is your marketing message needs to magnetize your ideal client and repel everybody else. Because some people say to me like, oh, well, I don't think I could work 20 hours. You know, I enjoy what I do and I'm working 60 hours. And I say, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not for everybody. Hi, Paula. How are you, lovely? You know, I'm not for everybody. And that's okay. So you want it to magnetize and you want it to repel. Honestly, when you dial in the marketing message, you'll be amazed. There will be clients coming out of the woodwork everywhere, and you'll be thinking, where on earth were you hiding? And this is really powerful. I don't think enough people pay attention to the marketing message, or they, you know, you might call it an elevator pitch, or you might call it, you know, your 60-second pitch or something like that. You know, when you have to stand up at a networking event and you say, oh God, what is it that I do? And you know what I hear so much is people going, and they just go on and on and on and on and on. And honestly, I've forgotten what you said. I don't understand what you do. I don't understand who you do it for. They're the two things that you need to be thinking about, is what is the problem I solve and who do I do it for? So that is your challenge for today. And like I said, you know, you have got that little bonus package of the email course creation workshop and the magnetic marketing masterclass, which is really going to help you with this, and a signed copy of my book. If you comment below and let me know, does any of this resonate to you? Put your one-liner down and I would love to take a look at it and help you to tweak it, to help you find that money in your message, okay? That's what today's all about, is finding the money in your message. Because trust me, once you get that dialed in and then you start talking about it to everybody, I want you to tell me that I'm getting people saying, yes, Yasmin, I'd like to know more. Yes, Yasmin, you know, people are saying to me, how do you do that? Can I have your business card? These are all really great signals that that is working and that you're able to find the right clients for you. If you say your message and then, what's the word I'm looking for? If your eyes glaze over and they go, oh, that sounds interesting. How do you do that? Or there's just no enthusiasm. Or here's the kiss of death when they say, that's nice, and they're still not interested, then honestly, work to be done. Work to be done. Okay, so over to you. Anybody have any questions? I see this little button coming up and I don't know. Paula, your little icon is coming up in the corner. Would you like to be on screen? Have you any questions for me? I don't want to put you on if you don't want to come on. Need to watch again from the beginning. Reading your book has been really helpful. Must get back to it. Perfect. That's no problems. Listen, I'm not about to drag anybody on camera if they don't want to be. I had to put makeup on myself to get myself ready. So sad. Okay, so I hope that's been useful to you today. Pop your questions, comments, thoughts below and join me tomorrow, and we'll be talking about the next so day 2 of 5 days, 5 ways to find the money in your business. So today it's all about find the money in your message. All right, my lovelies, take care. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you tomorrow.